Hello everyone, I'm Faral Imran and today I'll be telling you about a really simple project that I'll be showing you here, which is called rock, paper, scissors in Python. So let's get started. At first, I'm doing in VS Code and I've changed the light mode into dark mode. Before it was light mode. So some of you might have allergies to it. So now in what you do now, when you need to have like a Python file in it, so first you need to install or the virtual environment, which is called .venv. Now, what do is first of all, you click on Shift, Command, and then P. After doing this, now what happens after clicking on this, and I think it might be in Windows, it would be Control P. Now, when you click on it, what you do after that, you just click on virtual environment or venv for Python, create a virtual environment. Now, after clicking on that, virtual environment would be created. After it would be created, then what we would do, you would create a Python file like a .py file. Here I added this file, which is text.py. Now let's start the amazing game. So this is not GUI, it's without GUI, means it's without graphical interface. So first I'll import random. Now import random, why I'm doing this? Because to randomize it. So there would be options for rock, paper and scissors, and it would from these three options, the computer or the player 2 would be selecting it. So the first one, player 1 would be you and player 2 would be the computer. So that would be, they would be selecting. So now if I say I'll make a loop, or before that I'll add f equal to true. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. After that I'll say while f, and then I'll just enter this. Okay. Here what is happening, it is giving me the suggestion now because I installed in extensions tab 9. After I install it, so it gives you the suggestions according to it that what you can add to it. Now as I'm writing that while f, we say while true. Now what it would do, we'll just add options or choices. For example, choice for game. Okay, equal to, we'll make a list, and that will add R, comma, S, comma, and then P. Now after that, what I would do after that, because there's a choice for rock, paper and scissors. Now player 2 will be equal to random dot choice, because from the choice it would just randomize like from this, and what choice means what would be inside this bracket, it would be choice for game, it would be this variable. Now so choice for game. After that, what you would do, we're not printing anything. Now after that, for example, from player 1 we'll take the input, enter your choice. First we'll print this. First we'll print that enter R for rock, S for scissor, and P for paper. Now this is, we're just printing it. Now after that we'll just say enter your choice, player 1, comma, and then player 1. Now this is, we're taking the input because this is from taking input. Now we'll add the if functions. Now we'll add the if functionality. that if player 1 equal to player 2, then it would print die. After that, there would be elif player 1 equal to r. We're not adding this. Okay, if player 1 equal to r, and then after that we'll just and player 2 equal to s, then print player 1 wins, because rock beats the scissor. That's why player 1 wins. Okay, after that there would be another elif. It's the same way. Now I'll be adding another elif, so that to show that if elif here, yep, elif player 1 chooses, for example, first it shows rock. Now if player 1 chooses scissor and player 2 chooses paper, so player 1 wins. Now elif, there's another elif. Yeah, you have to take care of the indentation a lot, because of the indentation there would be like errors and all that stuff. So elif player 1 equal to paper and player 2 chooses rock, because paper like attacks the rock, so we would print player 1 wins. Now we'll also go, now player 1 it chose rock and player 2 chooses scissor. If player 1 chooses scissor and player 2 paper, so scissor cuts the paper, and elif player 1 if it chooses the paper and player 2 chooses the rock, then player 1 wins. So elif if player 1 chooses the rock and player 2 chooses the paper, so then player 2 wins. So there's another elif also, that player 1 chooses scissor and player 2 chooses the rock, so player 2 wins. Then there's another elif. This elif is when player 1 chooses paper and player 2 chooses scissor, so player 2 wins. Now there would be an invalid input also, to show that if, for example, you choose other than rock, paper, scissor, so then it would be invalid input, and it would be choose again. There would be a print statement of invalid input. Invalid or invalid choice. Okay, we can go for please try again. After that we can make the loop again, like continue. Make it continue, so that it goes again, it chooses again. After that we'll print that do you want to play again, yes or no. So here we'll not print, first we'll print, and then we'll give the input, that choice, or instead of that you can just add the input. instead of print we can just say that play equal to input. So here this is what we'll do. Yeah, it will be in the same line as this one, and then we'll go for again if play equal to yes, then if is true, or we can go for continue. And or elif we don't need to write break. I'll tell you the reason why. Now elif play is not equal to, play equal to no, so f would be false. Now when f is false, so the loop would break by itself. You don't need to add break, so you don't need to add this. So this is all the code. Here you can see. Now let's test it. I'll just save it. Then what I'll do here, I'll run the Python file. So while running, now enter your choice player 1. If I say like R or capital R, now here says player 1 wins. Do you want to play again? So if I say yes, so it again asks, I'll just say S. Okay. One more thing, it's not showing what the computer is choosing. So we can do that. We can add the print statements. Instead of just saying, we'll just print player 1 chooses, can add this statement, chooses, then after that we'll add, can go for plus for concatenation. What will you add? We'll add player 1. Okay, we'll add the same thing for in all the statements. Okay, here also print player 2 chooses player 2. Now these same statements will add in the tie one. Okay, to that in this one also, and after that in all the statements I'll just add it. Here and then here, here. Okay, and we can also do, like, for example, if you choose, like, we can make whatever value you put, you can make it into upper. You can do this. And the same here. Now if we choose like yes or no, so you can just do dot lower. Now if I run this again, now run Python file, if I run this again, if I say D and then says invalid choice, please try again. Now if I say R, the small r, so here it says player 1 chooses R, player 2 chooses R, so it's a tie. Okay, now let's add some space in all the places here, because now in all this, and that's all we'll do. Just space here so that there would be some space in order. Okay, so this is just the last step I'm doing. Now I'll run this again. I'll just delete it. Yep, I'll just delete this and run Python file. Okay, now enter your choice. If I say P, P for paper, yep, player 1 chooses P, so it's a tie. So do you want to play again? Now if I say no, it would just break. So you can do this. So this game I've made it, and it's just 44 lines of code. As 44, it's like 43 to 44 lines of code, and it's a simple Python game in which you added all the, like, the invalid choice, the do you want to play again, yes or no, even for all the possibilities you have written, whether it's like what player 1 chooses and what player 2 chooses. So this I have written. Now that is all from my side. Thank you so much, and do tell me in the comments whether do you find this project easy to understand or no, or do you need more understanding. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much.